Now at 5:30, thousands expected to gather today at EKU to say goodbye to a fallen police officer.
Also on WKYT this morning, a man has been injured in Lexington after someone shot him in his car as his toddler sat in the back seat.
A new study shows that booster seats for your little one are becoming much safer.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Hope you're doing well, and we're glad you're along with us on Tuesday, November 10th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. A little bit of drizzle out there, but no major issues as far as like rain or anything.
Yeah, let's hope all that clears on out in the next little bit. And let's check in with Micah. Still some events to come, though, as the week moves along.
Yeah, we're going to be watching that week, especially into Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That's when those events you're talking about kind of slide on in with those thunderstorms. Outside right now, just a little mist, a couple of sprinkles. That's about it. Watch that move on out, and once that moves on out, at least we'll see that mist and that drizzle move away. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 40s at this moment. We'll finish off roughly around the mid 40s. By the afternoon, mid 50s. So about a 10-degree swing from morning to afternoon. That mixture of sun and clouds. It looks like we're going to dry out overnight and into tomorrow morning too, but does that mean dry days ahead? I'll have that with your thunderstorms in that forecast coming up.
All right, see you then. Thank you.
Happening today, a community will get its chance to say goodbye to a Richmond police officer murdered in the line of duty. On the Eastern Kentucky University campus today, thousands are expected to gather for the visitation of Officer Daniel Ellis, who died last week. WKYT's Mike Byer is joining us live from EKU with more and what is anticipated there. Mike?
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. I'm standing inside Eastern Kentucky University's Alumni Coliseum, which later this afternoon will be filled with a lot of emotion as people say goodbye to fallen Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis. The visitation for the 2005 Eastern Kentucky University graduate and 7-year veteran of the Richmond Police Force will begin at 2 p.m. going until 8 o'clock tonight. The university will cancel all classes at each campus beginning today at 4:45, resuming at 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday in order to prepare for the expected thousands of visitors who are expected to be on campus today and tomorrow. EKU has closed the Alumni Coliseum and Whitlock parking lots, and they will not reopen until Wednesday afternoon when the funeral procession clears the area. University leaders say alternative parking for employees and students will be available at the Center for the Arts, Perkins, and Ashland lots. A shuttle service will also be provided from these lots to the Whitlock building from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. both today and tomorrow. EKU leaders say Officer Ellis's visitation is open to anyone who would like to pay their respects. They're asking if you do come out to stay patient as they're expecting a lot of traffic on campus. In Richmond, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. And in addition to classes being canceled at EKU, other schools in Madison County will be making changes as well. Model Laboratory in Richmond will be dismissing classes today at 12:30. And tomorrow, all Madison County schools will be closed for the officer's funeral. And as the community mourns Officer Ellis, many people are showing his family how much they care. Porch lights around the city are lit up with blue bulbs in honor of Daniel Ellis. And last night, Madison County Girl Scouts formed a friendship circle. They also sang taps and prayed around Ellis's cruiser. They say they wanted to find a fitting way to remember the officer.
The girls had a lot of questions about what was going on and what they could do to help, so we just came up with the idea to do a friendship circle up here at the Richmond Police Department.
Madison County Girl Scouts also made cards for Richmond Police, and they're collecting gift bags to go along with the other donations that the department has received.
On our website, as we've said, that his visitation will be today from 2 to 8 on EKU's campus. Officer Ellis's funeral will be 11 tomorrow morning. You'll be able to watch that funeral on WKYT.com. New this morning, Lexington police are investigating after an officer found a man shot inside a car.
This happened on Appian Way overnight, and police say the man wasn't alone. His toddler was sitting in the back seat when he was shot. That is, when the man was shot. WKYT's Mark Barber is live now from UK Hospital with the details. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. And police this morning are still searching for that person who fired into that car while that 15-month-old girl was sitting in the back seat. Officers say fortunately she was not hurt. They say it was a very close call. However, her father was hurt. We're told that he was driving the vehicle, and we're told that he was shot once in the chest and once in the leg. Now, police say that the shooting happened in the parking lot of the Forest Creek Apartments on Appian Way around 11. Before police were even called, an officer who was driving by stopped when he saw the car sitting in the road near the intersection of Appian and Armstrong Mill. Thinking that maybe it was a stranded vehicle, the officer started walking over. That's when the driver fell out of the car. He was rushed to the hospital to be treated for those 2 gunshot wounds. He is expected to recover. The 15-month-old was not the only other person in the car. There was also a man in the passenger seat, but he was not hurt. Now, police say that they are still searching for the shooter this morning. They tell us that they do not know why the driver was shot or who pulled the trigger. They're now hoping that someone with information will send in a tip that could lead to an arrest. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. And new this morning on WKYT, firefighters say no one has been hurt after explosions rocked a southern Kentucky coal mine. Knox County dispatchers say around 9 o'clock last night, 2 explosions happened at Coal Temple in the Gray community. Dispatchers say thankfully no one was hurt. The explosions did not release any toxic fumes into the air, as they still are not sure, though, what caused the explosions.
New this morning, police made an arrest in a Grayson County murder. Police arrested 27-year-old Joseph Bland in Indiana this weekend. Last week in Big Clifty, they found a home burned to the ground with a man's body inside. The victim hasn't been identified, but police say he was attacked before the fire was set intentionally. The county sheriff says that he thinks stealing the truck at the home may have been Bland's motive.
From our investigation, it reveals that Mr. Bland desperately wanted to flee this area. That he's possibly being revoked on his probation and wanted to get away from this area.
Well, Bland was arrested while driving the stolen truck, according to officers. In South Carolina this morning, one person's dead after an officer-involved shooting on campus.
Authorities say an officer was investigating a vehicle break-in at a college when the officer noticed 2 people inside the car. The officer says the 2 suspects inside then drove off, hitting the officer in the process. The officer fired and shot and killed one of the suspects. This prompted a campus-wide lockdown as police investigated, and police say the officer was not seriously hurt. And the latest following the turmoil at the University of Missouri now. The football team returns to practice after 2 of the school's top officials have resigned. UM System President Tim Wolf and Chancellor R. Bowen Lofton have both resigned. Hundreds of students, faculty members, and even some state lawmakers called for their removal after many alleged that the 2 did not properly handle discriminatory events on campus. One of the leaders of the protest movement says he is happy to see progress.
Use my resignation. Please, please use this resignation to heal, not to hate. And let's move forward together for a brighter tomorrow.
This moment really means so much to not just me, but so many people, because we've been fighting as underrepresented students for so long, and to see that there's a clear stance on racism and a clear stance on inequality on campus is huge.
As part of the protest, 30 members of the school's football team had refused to play in their upcoming game against BYU. However, after Wolf's resignation, they plan to return to practice today.
Many in a Pike County community are infuriated after a man was accused of pretending to be a military officer to raise donations. 49-year-old Monroe Jackson is accused of misrepresenting military status. Police say he raised donations for homeless veterans shelter but never donated the money. One man who gave Jackson money says no punishment is enough.
I think that probably he ought to be put on a rock pile in a prison. Very low class.
Jackson is expected to be in court sometime next month.
Investigators are hoping to gain some new leads through lie detector tests as they investigate a burglary at a Central Kentucky Police Department. State police now say every officer at the Simpsonville City Police Department will be taking tests later this week. They hope those tests will help with the investigation. Someone broke into the Simpsonville Police Department building last week and stole $30,000 in cash, along with drugs and handguns that had been seized as evidence. They have not made any arrests at this point.
A lawsuit continues to grow against the woman whose claims sparked the Louisville basketball sex scandal. 5 women named in Katina Powell's book have joined the lawsuit against her, a co-author and the book's publisher. The women claim that the allegations in the book are false. They say it defamed them by including their pictures without consent. Powell claims the women were paid to have sex with Louisville basketball players and recruits. A U of L student started the lawsuit claiming Powell's claims hurt the value of a degree from the university. Her attorney wants all money from Powell's story to be held by a court.
Chipotle stores in the Northwest are set to reopen after an E. coli outbreak linked to the restaurant sickened dozens of people. State health officials say they cannot find the source of the E. coli, but they say it is no longer an issue. 43 people fell ill because of the bacterial disease. The restaurants could open up as early as tomorrow, as long as they follow strict state requirements. A new study shows that booster seats for your little ones are becoming much safer. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety says 20 of the 23 booster seats on the market were deemed a best bet option. They didn't find any seats that they would not recommend at all. But what matters most is making sure that the booster seat fits your child well.
What we're looking for is that the lap belt sit low across the top of the thighs. It's not riding up on the soft tummy, and the shoulder belt needs to sit snugly at the center of the shoulder. It shouldn't be falling off the shoulder or riding up on the neck or face.
The group says they also want to stress that the best booster seat isn't necessarily the most expensive option. Some of the better booster seats can cost only $15. So just to be sure it fits
sounds good to me.
Most important thing. Time this morning is 5:41, and let's check live drive traffic early on your Tuesday. See what is going on bright and early.
Not a whole lot to speak of. You can see green means go. Good. Looking pretty good out there. No issues that we can tell.
No delays right now. It is normal traffic flow throughout the city and throughout the region for that matter. So everybody take it easy out there. A little drizzle out there this morning, but apparently that is not slowing things down much.
Do you think you're dedicated to your daily exercise routine? Maybe not quite as much as this man. He's been running every day for decades. We'll tell you more of his amazing feat coming up after weather.
We have a little misty morning this morning, but really all eyes are on the possibility of some severe weather as we head into tomorrow night. I'll show you the timing on that and the effects coming up next.